Hello. So in the last video, we started discussing comparisons, right? And how we base them off of constructive structure, la 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 la, setting things up, and then we can talk about them. So remember, there is listing, but sometimes we're just talking about two things. So it's a little bit more common to use contrastive structure. So if we have two things, we'll use, contrastive structure. If we have more than two, we'll start moving to a list, but you don't have to, and that's, it doesn't really matter. But anyway, so in the last video, we discussed the flower example, right? We put the red flower on one side, the white flower on the other side, and at the very end, I could say, I like this one more. Done. So let's go ahead and discuss this next sentence. We have my brother and quote unquote your sister. And so first thing first, we got to set them two things up. We are contrasting them, we're comparing them. So we'll go ahead and put my brother on one side. Go ahead and IX boy, IX right, whatever you want to write there in your own gloss. Sometimes IX right might be a little bit better, so you know which direction to point. And then we have my sister. Let's see, like right here, I kind of got confused on, which way to point. Anyway, now we can compare them. So the word is older. My brother is older than your sister, and I don't have a card for that. Or any more cards, I should say. So remember, I kind of talked about you could write their name, you could write brother, but sometimes it's best just to write the word R or right, left, L, so you don't really need to think about where to point, because that's not where the meaning is. It's with how you interpret the message, right? So then we got older, older, old, better, right? Better combined with old becomes older. I don't have a sign for better, so yeah, whatever. We're just going to move on. So all together, I have my brother, your sister on that side, and he is older. And you notice I actually didn't point. I kind of just roll shifted, right? That's a little bit more advanced. I wouldn't suggest it at first, but the movement into that space, saying, hey, this space over here is the brother. Hey, this space over here is your sister, right? So you could do it that way. It's a little bit cooler, I guess you could say, than saying my brother point, your sister point. But that's a way to kind of develop your skills, or as you continue to develop, you might want to point less and just kind of move your body a little bit more. So, and then of course just set the order, done. That's it. And again, just kind of moving over, you could. Sometimes it's better to point, but you could say he's 18, she's 16, and you kind of just move and sway back and forth, and you do this roll shifting to get your point across, and that's kind of it. And you don't need a point. But it's good to start. Please start with pointing when you're first learning. Make sure that you're trying to be as clear as possible. But as you develop, and as time goes on, maybe you might want to reduce the pointing, but we'll see. But at the beginning, always point. So anyway, the next video we'll discuss another example, as always.